harder to hear with the audio. But for today, we're going to be doing some lower body, and then we're going to go into some upper body. So we'll do 2 kind of sets or pods of lower body, and then go into 2 upper body ones as well, and then end off with some yoga as your cool down. So we'll start with the warm up here. We're just going to go through some high knees and jumping jacks for about 45 seconds, starting now. So you can just kind of switch in between your reps. So just choose however many you want between your jumping jacks and high knees. Okay, so nothing too fast yet, just because we're warming up. And as the set goes along, you can kind of start to speed it up. Good. About 20 seconds. All right, let's try to speed up here. About 10 seconds off. And 3, 2, 1, rest. Going into our ankle rotations, digging your big toe into the floor. We're just going to start to rotate towards one side. We're going to perform about 10 rotations here. So again, try to remember to stay on the ball, on your big toe, and not come down on the ball of your foot. And going the other direction, again, 10 here. Nine, 10. Good, other side, same thing here. Good, and other side. 5 more. 4 and 5. Okay, coming down to the floor, same thing, but for the hips now. So going into your hip rotations, coming into all fours. We're gonna have a strong, stable back, nice and straight, so no extension in the spine. You're gonna curl that tail in, bring your ribs down. Extend the leg out, and notice how I don't extend my back, so just extend the leg, and then start to make small circles here without letting your hip lift off the floor. So both hips facing the floor here, we're gonna go 5 per direction. And then as you get more practice, you can start to make bigger circles as you go. Again, try not to lift the hip off. Going the other way, same thing. And so it's gonna be a total of 10 per leg here. Last one. Good, switching sides, same thing. Extend it out and come all the way around. Again, make sure that the hip doesn't lift off the floor. Otherwise, we're not really getting a lot of work being done at the hips. Okay, going the other way, 5 more. Last one. And 5, good, rest. Coming down into the greatest stretch. So we're gonna have our leg come up. So I'll start with left leg up, right leg is back, 90 degrees in the front leg, 90 in the back. You're gonna come with your fingertips on the floor here, and then start to rotate out, making sure that your left armpit is glued to that left knee. Good. So again, 5 here. And as we do this, you're gonna follow your hand with your eyes, making sure to also move your neck. Good. Last one. And then stay where you are, just switch your hands going the other way now. Same thing here, 5 more. 3, 4, last one. 5, and switch. Good, bring the right leg up this time. Good, right left hand is down, left hand rotates up and back. So 5 here. 4, last one, and 5. Good, left hand comes to the floor, rotating the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, last one, and 5, good, rest. All right, now that we're all a little bit loose, a little bit warmed up, we're gonna head right into our exercises. So for the first set, we have a low lateral lunge glide paired with your inchworm. So I'll show you what those two look like. For the low lateral lunge, you're going to get into your squat stance, so about shoulder width apart, and then you're going to double that stance. So you're really wide for this one, toes pointed forward. From here, you're going to come down into a sumo squat, and you're just gliding from side to side in your low lateral lunge. So actually, if you have socks off, you might want to put them away. So coming down into this position, we're just going to go side to side. And as you can see, I'm not really coming up throughout my set. I'm staying in this low position. So again, from the side, same thing. You're going to stay in that low position the entire time as you straighten out one leg and the other. So we're going to go for 45 seconds with that one, followed by 45 seconds of an inchworm. So with an inchworm, you're going to begin the back of your mat. You're going to come down to the floor, nice and slow. Come to high plank, and then back up to standing, squeeze your butt. So again, come down and make sure that you're not staying here or all the way down here. Want a nice high plank position, and back up to standing. Okay, so those are the first two exercises. We're gonna get started with a low lateral lunge glide. So coming into your wide position here. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, and coming down to sumo squat and just side to side. So as always, these classes are body weight based. So if you do have equipment at home, feel free to bring it on to any of these exercises. So for example, for this exercise, you can hold a ball, so like a med ball, exercise ball, or some weights in your hands as you go side to side. Otherwise, it's still an effective exercise without weight. Good. About 10 more seconds here. So again, staying low in that position. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and bring it up. Ooh, eyes are already burning. All right, quickly going right into your inchworm. So again, remember, we always do supersets here, so no breaks in between the exercises. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, down to the mat, coming down nice and slow into your high plank, and back up. So regression for this one is bending your knees, coming down, and also bend your knees on the way back up to take some of that pressure off of your upper body. Good. As we do this, try not to sway side to side. So keep your weight centered as you're moving one hand up and down. Good, about 10 seconds here. Let's see if we can get 2 more. Back up. Last one. And up. Good, rest. Nice work. Okay, first set complete. We're gonna do one more here. So just taking a break now. You can get a sip of water if you need. All right. So again, same thing with the low lateral lunge. And like I said, if you have weights at home, you can just place them in your hands at chest level, or you can actually carry them down below like this. Okay, here we go. Getting ready on your mat. Coming into your squat position. And again, going really wide, so double that squat stance. If it helps, you can have your toes pointed slightly out, but I'm a little bit hesitant on that because we want our toes pointing forward so that when our knee comes in line with the toes, it is also facing forward and not out to the side. Okay, getting ready in 3, 2, 1, coming down and gliding across. So again, moving very slow, and essentially you're straightening on one leg at a time, putting all that weight, all that pressure into the leg that's bent, right into your heel. Good. So if you feel like your chest is falling forward, that also may be because your hips are lifting up. So again, reinforce that low position. Your torso should be on about a 45-degree angle here. Good, nice and slow to really feel the burn here, 10 seconds. Keep breathing. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Coming right back up into your inchworms. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. And let's go. Coming all the way down. Nice and slow. And back. So every time you come down, make sure you're engaging the core by not letting that lower back extend. Nice and flat. And you're also squeezing your butt at the bottom and at the top. So in your plank position, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And as you come up, you're gonna squeeze. Good, here we go. A couple more seconds. Especially on the way down, try to be very slow. Last rep here. Coming up and rest. Okay, we're moving through these fairly quickly, so we're gonna do 3 sets at each station, slowly progressing throughout. So we got one more here. Now it's hammer on for a rest. Get a quick sip of water, and then we'll get started again. All right. Getting ready here. In about 10 seconds, gonna be back at the mat one more time. Again, like I said, toes pointing forward if you can. If you have to, you can have this slightly pointed out, but make sure that the knee also follows your middle toe. So that means your knee is also going to be out on a 45-degree angle. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Coming down to your squat, and then glide side to side. Okay. So if you feel any pinching in your hips throughout any of this, try a narrower stance. You don't have to be that wide, and you can just be a little bit more upright. If you have the mobility, try to go really low, and that's going to be accomplished by a really wide stance. So the wider your stance is, the lower you're going to go. But of course, again, if you feel that pinching in your hips, you're going to come up, shorten your stance a little bit, and then turn your torso is going to be a little bit higher as well. Good. Last few reps, 5 seconds left. Stay low, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Whew. Coming into your inchworm, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Squeezing the glutes at the top. Straight legs, nice and slow coming down. So again, this is not a high intensity class. It's a low intensity class. That means we're really taking our time with the movements here. So this is a perfect time to build on those movement patterns and really take things slow to build some body awareness of where your muscles are and how they should be working. So again, if you do want to make it a little bit high intensity, you can go faster, but this is meant to be a low intensity class. Good. Last one. And rest. All right, so the first pod, we're gonna do one more lower body move. It's gonna be paired with some abs. So instead of a side to side lateral lunge, we're gonna go into a backward lunge to an A step. So you can either come fully back like so, and then just up like this. Or again, like I said, if you wanna make it a little bit high intensity, you can add a little hop at the top, coming down, add a hop, coming down, add a hop. But again, that hop is optional. You can just bring that leg up. So when we bring the leg up, we want the hip, knee, and ankle to all be at 90 degrees. So that means try not to drop your foot down or try not to not bring the leg up fully. So bring it up, knees straight, and then so is your ankle. As you step back, you want to be 90 degrees in the front leg and 90 in the back. But again, because this is a backward lunge, you want to be leaning forward just a little bit to load that front leg, to load the front glute, and then come up with some slight pressure on the back leg. Most of that work being done is through the front leg. Okay, so that's going to be paired with our leg extension to hip lift. So just coming down on your mat, On your back, you're gonna be lifting your hips up, and then bring your legs straight, hips up, legs straight. So as you bring your legs straight, make sure that the lower back does not leave the ground and the ribs don't flare up. So keep your ribs down and keep the pelvis pushing up to keep that lower back on the ground. If that's the case and your lower back is coming off consistently, what you can do is just go about halfway to that point of where you can feel that your lower back is going to come off the floor. So if that's over here for you, that's fine. If it's here for you, that's okay as well. All right, so we're going to start with the backward lunge to hop or A-step in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So I'll tell you when to switch over on the other side. And again, like I said, you can use that pop to make it a little bit more high intensity, or you can just stay fully on the ground here. So we're just going to go about 20 seconds per side to try to get as many reps as you can through this. Got about 5 seconds on the side. Good. And switch, other side, here we go. Coming down and up. Good. So again, exhale at the top, inhale as you come down, exhale at the top. And a couple more seconds here. Lean forward into that front leg. Here we go. And rest. All right, coming down to your mat. Getting ready for your hip lift to leg extension. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Coming down and lifting up. Good. So again, like I said, you can just go about halfway right here and back up again. It always helps to also place your hips, or sorry, your hands under your hips as well. Good. So we're gonna lift that lower back off the floor, coming into your hip extension, or sorry, hip lift. Good, a couple more seconds here. Keep that lower back grounded on the floor. Here we go, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. All right, so quick break again. Start to cool down a little bit, but not too much. So our breaks in between each set are also 45 seconds, just to keep the intensity up a little bit. Again, if you're looking for really something low intensity, take longer breaks throughout. One great way to kind of progress your workouts is to start taking shorter rests in between your exercises. Okay, so we've got about 20 seconds still. We're gonna go back into the backward lunge to hop. I encourage you to add that hop if you want. It doesn't have to be a big jump. So as you can see, I'm barely just lifting off my toes off the ground. I mean, you can make it a big jump, but again, take it slow and take it piece by piece. Okay, here we go. Getting ready at the top of your mat. We're gonna go again for about 20 seconds per side. In 3, 2, 1, here we go, stepping back, hopping forward. And again, even if you're hopping, bring that leg up into those angles that we talked about. So 90 at the hip, at the knee, and at the ankle. Good, couple seconds on this side here, here we go. Good, and switch, other side, coming down, and up. Exhale at the top, inhale as you come down. Remember to regain that balance after your hop. Good, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Whew. All right, coming down to the floor into our hip extension to lift. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, and we're lifting up and down. So again, it's optional to keep your head up like this. You can also place it down on the floor. I just find it a little bit easier to engage my core if my head is up as well. So again, exhale when your hips lift up. Inhale as your legs come down. Good. Big breath here. Keep going. Couple more seconds. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, nice work. We've got one more set here before we move on. So take a break. Bring that heart rate back down to normal. Wipe your sweat off. Okay. So again, one more here. Make sure you're still hitting those 90 degrees in the front leg and in the back leg as you move into your lunge. And again, you've got that slight lean forward to load the front leg. Your back leg shouldn't really be doing a lot of the work. Pretend or think of it as it's only there for support. So it's there so you don't fall over when you bend your front leg. So the toes on the back leg are very light on the ground and you're really heavily rooted into that front leg. Okay, here we go, up on our feet. We're gonna go one more time here before we move into our upper body elements. In 3, 2, 1, coming down and hopping back up. Good. So again, you don't have to have that hop. You can also just stay in this stationary position, coming up and down if you really feel like you're losing your balance. Otherwise, add the hop. Good, and switch, other side, here we go. 20 more seconds of lower body work, you got it. Good, got 10 more seconds here. Again, back toes are very light. All the work is rooted through the front leg. Oops. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, coming down to your mat, one more time. For your leg lift. Take a quick second. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Coming up. And inhale down. Exhale up. Good, big breath here. When you lift your hips up, pretend that you're going straight through the ceiling and not coming back towards your forehead. So you're going straight up, not back. So we're really using our lower abdominal muscles here. Good, a couple more seconds, keep going. Here we go, last few seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Whew. All right. So again, a longer break here. We're gonna move into our upper body exercises. So I have push-ups with an arm raise, with or without, paired with our side plank hip lifts. And then our second set is going to be a 3-point plank paired with flutter kicks. So we'll start with the push-ups first. I'm gonna be doing them modified. So I'll show you a couple variations. If you have smaller bands at home, like the booty bands, what you can do is also tie them up above your elbows, and that's going to give you some extra support as you come up, as your chest is going to rebound off of them. So that's one thing you can do. Otherwise, you can come down on your knees for modified push-ups. So either we're doing a full push-up, modified push-up, or using the bands around our arms to help us. So we want the hands to be just about shoulder width apart, and then an inch wider than shoulder width apart. So they should come down right here, above your shoulders. And as you move back, you want the elbows moving back in a 45-degree angle. So there's some space between the armpit. It should not be glued shut to your lats. And you shouldn't be in a T position because we really want to make sure that the forearm is nice and safe. Over here is on a big angle. We just want to make sure it's at a 45-degree so all our joints are safe. From here, you're going to be in a high plank position, nice and tall, coming down, one push-up. And as you come up, you do one arm raise and then go down for your other push-up. And then, like I said, we're doing a 45-second set. So you can start out with the full push-up and go down into modified onto your knees, coming down nice and slow. As you come up, you're going to raise one hand up, back down, raise the other hand up. You can also just leave out the hands as well. After that, we're going to go into a side plank hip lift. So coming down onto your arm here, you have the option of bending that bottom leg and straightening out the top leg, and then coming up into hip lift, back down like so, or going into full side plank, lifting up, coming down, lifting up. I feel that I get a little bit more work in the glute med and obliques if my bottom knee is bent, because then I can really concentrate on that hip lift. Okay, so we're going to start with those two exercises. Here we go with the push-ups in 3, 2, 1, and let's get started. So again, coming down, whichever variation is comfortable for you, and lifting up. As you lift your hand up, make sure that you're nice and stable in the body, and you're not completely rotating to the side that you're lifting off on. So I always find push-ups really hard, but if that's the case with you as well, make sure you're really practicing the movements that you find the hardest and not just the movements that you like. And again, take your time between the reps and rest. So again, take your time between the reps. It doesn't have to be all out. Again, we're building quality movements here. Okay, into your side plank. We're gonna start on the right side here. We're gonna go for about 30 seconds and switch over into the left. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Getting set with that bottom leg. And lift. So again, top leg is there for support, and you're really using your glute med to lift up. So your outer glutes here. Good. You're balanced on that bottom leg. So if you wanted, you can take off that top leg as well for an extra progression. Good. A couple more seconds here. Keep working. You're gonna start to feel that side body burn. Good. In 3, 2, 1, and switch over to the other side. Here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Lifting up. Good. So again, take that top leg off for some extra work. You want to make sure that you're coming up into a full pike here. Good. Move that elbow near you so it's right under the shoulder as you lift up. Good. 10 more seconds here. You got it. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, quick break here before we move into our push-ups. One more time. Get a sip of water if you need. So with our push-ups, if being on your knees or in a modified position is still a little bit too hard, what you can do is bring your feet or knees further away from each other to create a stronger, a greater base of support. So as opposed to your knees or feet being glued shut, you're just gonna spread them wide. And then that way they're at the same kind of length or distance that your hands are. So you have a stronger base of support and you're able to do more reps that way. All right, getting ready here in our push-up position. Second set. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's get started. So again, you have the option of taking out that arm lift if you start to get tired. Try to go for it. Again, we're trying to build strength here, so you got it. As you come down, make sure that you're not extending at the hips, or sorry, at the lower back. You have a good, stable back, nice and straight as you come down. Good. Elbows moving back. You got it. Exhale at the top. Couple more seconds. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. Coming down to your side plank. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Lifting up on your right side. And let's go. Good. So you want that knee to be in line with the hip. We're not too in front of our knee, or sorry, hip. We're right in line with the hips and shoulder to create a nice straight line from your ear all the way to your toes. Good, a couple more seconds here. We've got 5. Good, keep going, you got it. And rest. Coming down to the other side, quickly in 3, 2, 1, and up, here we go. So again, that top leg does not have to lift off, but if it is lifting off, it's not lifting away from the hip. So keep it in line again with your shoulder and your ear. So in the end, your toes should be in line with your ear. Good. Here we go. We've got 7 seconds left here. Keep working in 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay. Short break here one more time. We've got one more set here, and then we're going to move into our final set of exercises before we head off into our cool down. So that always gets my glutes going. If you want, you can do a quick stretch between your sets. Nothing too static. Want to keep everything moving. All right, about 20 seconds here before our last set of push-ups. For this last set, try to beat the number that you did before, or try to go a little bit closer to the floor. Yeah. All right, getting ready on your mat. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and you're on. So again, you can have those knees or feet wider apart into your push-ups. And make sure, again, that body is nice and stable as your hand comes up, and we're not totally falling on that one side. You still want the chest and hips to be facing the floor as your arm comes up. So this is actually great practice for our next exercise, where we're going to be doing a 3-point plank or shoulder taps. Good. Keep working. Couple more sets here, or reps, I should say. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, coming down into your side plank. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and lift. Good. So you're nice and strong through that bottom leg. Working. Last set of hip lifts here. Good. About 10 seconds left. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, and switch to the other side. Here we go. Getting set in 3, 2, 1, and lift. So again, make sure that the elbow is right under your shoulder, especially in that top position. A way you can ensure that is moving the shoulder, or sorry, moving the elbow in closer to your lats before you begin. Good. Got about 5 seconds left here. Keep working. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, quick break here before we move into our last and final pod. I'm actually gonna change the exercise. So instead of a 3-point plank, we're gonna be on prone, and we're gonna make big M's to get some back work as well as some delt work here. So if you want, if you have lighter weights at home, you can bring them into this exercise. Otherwise, you can just do it body weight. So we've done this one before. We're gonna come down into a prone position, so lying down. And again, anytime you're in this position and you have to lift anything off, make sure you're really squeezing the glutes before you lift off, so your hips come closer to the floor and your back is in a better position. So from here, we're gonna have our arms in sort of a Y position, And then we're gonna bring them up. Your chest up, and the arms up into T, and then into a straight arrow. So pulling your shoulders down towards your feet, back into a T, back into an I or a Y. Okay, so that's gonna be paired with our flutter kicks, but we're gonna be facing the other way. So we're gonna be facing up. You're gonna bring your feet as low as you can. So again, finding that point of control. And then from here, we're just doing our flutter kicks. Okay, so those ones, try to be fast, but again, make sure that lower back is glued to the floor. Okay, so getting ready for your prone M's. And again, like I said, if you have smaller weights at home, we're thinking about 2.5 pounds, 2 pounds, you can bring them into this exercise. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, bringing the hips down, coming up and back. And every time you come back, you really want to make sure that you're pulling the hands back into your back pocket, or if you had a side pocket. Good. So big circles here with your arms, big circles, making big half circles. Good, squeeze your glutes. Okay, we're going really slow here. So as you can see, I'm not really going fast, but I am going slow and controlled. Good, couple more seconds, you got it. In 3, 2, 1, and rest, coming back up onto your back. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. So again, bringing the feet down, and from here, just doing our flutter kicks. And like I said, this can be over here, this can be down here, or it can be all the way down here. Whatever you choose, try to stick with it. You may need to move up, and that is A-okay. Good. To spice things up, you can also move up and down like this. Good. Couple more seconds. Try to go as fast as you can to really cause some ruckus in the body here. And rest. All right. Quick break for this one. And then we're going to flip over on our back one more time. Oh, sorry, on our stomach one more time to do our upper body. We don't really need a lot of rest for this exercise, so we're going to actually hop right into it. So getting ready here. In 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So lifting up and back. Good. So again, remember you're squeezing your glutes before lifting your body off. And if you want, you can also have the lower body or the lower legs coming off the floor like this to create an extra challenge for yourself. Again, you're squeezing your legs together, squeezing the glutes up. Here we go. Last few seconds, keep going, squeeze, 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 lengthen your body. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Coming back around. Lying on your back. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, and we are on. So again, you can perhaps go from up all the way down here and then back up again, or you can stay where you are. Another great option for this exercise is coming straight up and just lowering one leg at a time. So if you're here, that is completely okay. And this in itself is very challenging as well. So just bringing one leg down at a time. Otherwise, try to stick with that flutter kick. Good, keep breathing. Here we go. Last few seconds here. After this, one more set of each, and then we are done. Good. Rest. All right, one more here. We'll take about a 20-second break, and then go into a final set, and then into a nice relax and cool down. All right, getting ready. Coming on to lie on your stomach. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and lift. Control, squeeze the glutes, and we're on. Good. So again, going really slow and try not to slam your hands into the floor. You're being very gentle. And again, getting that nice control of the muscles, the smaller muscles of the upper back and your delts. Good, here we go. Last few reps. Squeeze your glutes, lengthen your legs, lengthen your entire body. Here we go. About 5 seconds left. And in 3, 2, 1, rest, coming up, right into our flutter kicks. One last time. In 3, 2, 1, and we are on. So again, like I said, you can start with just doing one leg up, one leg down as well. Good. Try not to stop with this one. It's our final set. Try to go the entire way through. Good. Keep working, about 20 seconds left here. Good. In 10 seconds, here we go. And in 3, 2, 1, rest. All right, nice work. So just coming to lie or staying on the mat here. We're gonna go into our cool down. So you're gonna bring your soles of your feet together into a butterfly position and just let your legs fall out to both sides. You can have your hands above your head or beside you with the palms facing up. If this position is a little bit uncomfortable for you, you can have your soles of the feet pointing on the floor, so coming into a bent leg position, and then from here, letting the legs fall in or out. Good. From here, place your feet on the ground. Shimmy your shoulders down. We're gonna go into a glute bridge here, so squeeze the glutes up. We're gonna take our hands and cross them together in a fist and place them into our lower back. And then just gently release your back onto your hands. And then bring your hands flat on the ground for a little lift of your hips. So your hands should be on your tailbone here. And you can start to move the hips side to side. Good, lifting the hips up one more time. Crisscross your hands and the bottom hand comes on top. And then same thing here. Move the hips side to side. Good, bring the hips up. Release the hands. We're gonna inhale, take our right leg up in the sky. Exhale, place it on the right or left knee. And from here, we're gonna weave our hands through and come into the reclined figure 4. And just try to let that right leg relax. Good. Release. Inhale, place the left leg up and onto your right knee or right quad. Inhale, bring your legs through, and exhale, relax. Good, and release. Bring both knees down, both feet down. And we're just gonna wave the knees side to side in the windshield wiper motion. And you're gonna take it to the left. You're gonna hold here for a couple seconds. And then slide that left leg out straight, and then bring the right leg over even more into a spinal twist. And coming back into the center, straighten out the right leg, and bring the left leg over this time, all the way, or as far as you can go. Okay, coming back up. We're going to take our knees into our chest. Hug tight and gently start to roll up and down your spine. Take as many rolls as you need to come into a seated position. And just cross your legs once you're up. Standing tall here. We're going to take the hands, interlock them behind your back. Inhale, you're going to pull the hands down, head up to the sky. And exhale, start to round your back. And imagine you're hugging someone in front of you. Inhale, interlock your hands, straight spine, extend. Exhale, round as much as you can. Inhale, open. And exhale, round. And come back up. We're going to take a gentle twist to the right side. So bring that right hand behind. Left hand goes on the outside of the right knee. And twist. Coming in, same thing here. Right hand goes on the left knee. Left hand comes back. And twist. Good, and rest. All right, thank you for joining me today. Hope everyone had a great time, and I'll see you again next Tuesday. Bye, everyone.